Good evening, all. Yes, we'll start the session. So, we can understand the culture point of view. So, in culture point of view, what are the expected questions? We are not going to understand the culture in deeper perspective. I just now shared this content which I prepared for the interview, extra content for culture point of view. Uh, how we have to understand the culture, beliefs, characteristics of culture. Culture is learned, culture is shared, culture is symbolic. Yes. So, Surya, if I tell that culture is symbolic, what is the meaning of it?
Sir, culture being symbolic means that some aspect of culture can be represented in any other, like in other forms, sir. So it can the meaning behind that form may not be directly visible. It is expressed through the symbols, sir.
Okay. Uh, Rohit, I tell that culture is unique to human beings. What do you say?
Yes, sir. Culture can be said to be a unique characteristic associated with human beings only, but there is a debate into it, and there is no conclusion as such. Some people have saying that there is a continuum where human are on the right side, where with very advanced culture, and primates on the other end, other primates on the other end, while some claim that only humans have this culture.
There is an anthropologist called as Jane Goodall, primatologist, who studied about chimpanzee mainly with respect to how to get the insects from the mounds.
Yes,
Is it
sir.
not? Is it not a form of culture?
Yes, sir. It is a form of culture. That's why some claim that it is not unique to humans.
Okay. So the culture is also part of primates as well.
Yes, sir.
The culture personality school, we know that Margaret Mead, Ruth Benedict, etc., etc. What does this culture personality school mainly want to explain us, Sarajit?
Culture personality school mainly tells us that there is a correlation between the culture and the personality of the people in the society that practices that culture. So Ruth Benedict said that culture impacts personality. No, sorry, Ruth Benedict said that personality impacts culture, and Margaret Mead said that it's the other way around, that culture impacts personality. Then Ralph Linton, Cora Dubois, they said that both impact each other. So
Yes, is both way around. Yes.
mm.
So, Jeenat, आप बोलिए, what are culture traits? What are culture complexes? What are culture patterns? Preeti.
L- Yes, sir. Culture traits are individual characteristics of a culture, like the practices of food or the way they use bow and arrow. These are specific traits, and a culture complex is all the related culture traits that are found together in a particular society. And a culture complex is a group of related culture traits. Like, for example, among the Kwang of the Africa, we find nomadism, hunter gatherer type of subsistence, very minimal clothing, etc. So, all these characteristic traits are found together. So, they can be called as a culture complex.
Then culture pattern.
It's a subset, I think, sir. I don't know the specific term.
Shambhavi, what is culture trait? A little bit you have to look into it, Preeti. Culture trait, culture complex, and culture pattern.
Yes, sir. Sir, the whole of culture can be said as culture pattern. After that, there are culture complexes inside it, and specific behavior associated or a specific ritual to be in contemporary times is a culture trait. If we consider it from a contemporary point of view, the whole of society is a culture pattern. Marriage is a culture complex, and tying of a thread is culture trait.
Yeah, individual aspect is called as culture trait, and that particular institution is called as culture complex, and that complete pattern of culture is called as, or that complete system or the culture is called as culture pattern. Who told this? ये सब किसने बात किया था?
Sir, the proponents of culture personality school, especially the one who were saying that culture impacts personality and personality impacts culture, Krober and all. L. Krober and all.
Yes. As you know, But however, there is an expected question. I think you will answer it, but still I will ask this question. Culture relativism is the protection of human rights. Culture relativism is also impacting the human rights. Surya.
Yes, sir. There are both the perspectives can be said to be true, sir. Because if we see cultural relativism, it means that respecting the unique traits of a culture of a groups, a cultural group. So, for instance, tribals have their unique cultures. So, by protecting them, we can. It is ensuring that their rights are also being protected. But some cultural traits may be harmful to human dignity itself. So those may be violative of human rights. For example, there were instances of animal sacrifice or cannibalism which are against human dignity. So as long as if bottom line, that is beyond a point, if it is violating human if it is leading to violation of human rights, then such cultural traits should be attempted to be reformed, sir. Other than else, they should be preserved and protected.
What is the difference between acculturation and inculturation? रोहित, acculturation के बारे में बोलिए और inculturation के बारे में बोलिए. Srajit.
Sir, acculturation is a process whereby one culture traits are also seeped into or diffused into another culture. And enculturation is a process by which the members of a society pass their cultural traits to the next generation.
So how they pump?
So both both are social processes um, that ensure that culture is sustained.
Yes, Shambhavi.
Yes, sir, what the other person said was also right, but I think acculturation is a having a negative connotation, while enculturation is having a positive connotation. Enculturation is when the people learn the culture of others by their own will and not by some other force that is imposed upon them, while acculturation is the imposition of culture of other persons on some other people who have their different culture by the use of force and domination.
Yes. So I tell see in the culture we will be also discussing about the marriage issue. So recently one person had committed suicide because of the cases which are being filed by the wife. So I tell that the marriage as an institution is completely deteriorating, and the main reason is the law of the India. What you say, Rohit?
So I won't concur with it completely, because laws are made as for the legal protection of the woman, and there has been cases where it has been very helpful for them. Uh, However, there are some procedural issues in the implementation of these laws, and due to which we are seeing some of the misuse. So rather than hauling the legal process, we should ensure that the laws is being implemented properly without any prejudice.
Have you gone through this particular case of Atul Subhash? I guess so. Have you know this? What happened with this Bengaluru techie?
Yes, I've gone through some of the
So
articles.
what is your judgment? If I ask your judgment,
I think he was a victim of systematic misuse, systematic. Uh, Sorry, it was he was a victim of uh, issues with the judicial corruption as well as systematic misuse of the law. So, had there been judicial recourse available to him, he would have been not frustrated and wouldn't have attempted suicide.
is it not a psychological state also?
Yes, sir. It is also psychological state. Maybe because he was the like living alone, and he was sole caregiver of the family. He might have felt burdened under the pressure and succumbed it to.
I tell that section 498A is completely violative of human rights for men. What do you say?
No, sir, I won't concur with it.
What is section 498A?
Section 498A calls for punishment against cruelty to a woman under marriage. It is a law to protect women who undergoes a cruelty. Cruelty could be physiological, mental, social, in any case.
So it only for women. Is it can we make it as a gender neutral?
We can attempt to make it, but right now, considering the situation of our like society, uh, the social paradigm is more shifted towards men, and uh, there should be there under Article 14 we have a clause of equal protection of law, and um, so law using that clause we can.
We can. Sarajit, what is section 497 IPC?
Sir, I'm not aware of 497.
Yes, anyone section 497?
Hello.
Yes, Rohit.
Yeah.
You're audible.
Yes, sir. So I was saying that under Article 14, it should be justified that both men and women can be treated as different categories and equal under equal protection of law. So it should be uh, valid, and it was also upheld by Supreme Court also in various cases. Uh, Only thing is that Supreme Court has called for the judicial oversight and proper implementation.
What is section 497, Rohit?
497.
Anyone?
It calls for adultery.
Yes,
It
very good. Adultery, recently Supreme Court of India had told that adultery earlier it was a criminal offense, but now it should not be a criminal offense. It will be decriminalized, but it will be a civil offense. So what do you say whether this decriminalization of adultery will lead to the deterioration of Indian marriage system or family system? Shambhavi.
Yes, sir. As far as the section 497 of IPC is concerned, decriminalizing adultery would not create any sort of impact on the already existing social system, but in a certain way, it protects the rights as well as the dignity along with the privacy of the women.
Is anyone? Section 497 decriminalization will lead to deterioration of Indian family system and marriage system. What do you say, Surya or anyone?
Sir, can I say
Remain
so?
loyal to each other, but it is their personal right to do whatever they want to do, but it is
Yes, Surya.
Sir, the section 497, which decriminalizes and the decriminalization of it, sir, it was based on the issue that most of the where women were objectified in the law, sir. They are seen as a more, there was less importance given to their dignity. So that is why by decriminalizing it, it was seen that women have more respect, and as well as more in the law, misuse also will be decreased, sir. That is why it was decriminalized. So I think it strengthens marriage more, sir, because there is more symmetricity between both the male and the female, and both can always take civil options, sir, like go to civil courts if there is an issue of such sort, sir.
What
It
is
will,
section 497, Surya?
sir, it is related to adultery, sir, and it show it something like uh, if such adultery cases will have that it is criminalized only when uh, something related to, it's more on man, sir. I am not able to exactly get the words, sir. Like something related to I'm not able to exactly get the words, sir. I'm not so sure.
Yes, yes, please.
Excuse me. So I think it was treating this section was treating women as a property of the husband, and husband can be a victim when the wife commits adultery, and the person with whom she commits adultery is a violator. He's
No,
the criminal. So
I will give you the clarity. So, as I have the legal knowledge, I'm an advocate, practicing advocate at Hyderabad High Court, LLB, LLM I did. I'm a practicing advocate, so I will tell you. I'm qualified to tell you. So, section 497 will criminalize only male. So, section 497 was not gender neutral. So, if any male who participates in the adultery, that male will be criminalized. Then a lot of complaints went to the Supreme Court saying that there are instances where female is also participating in adultery, but there is no action taken on the female gender. Then Supreme Court of India, Article 14, equality, right to equality. So what they did, so it is not male, it is not female, it will be gender neutral. So it is male or female who participate in the adultery. It will be a civil offense. Means civil offense means it's material to get the divorce. But it is not a criminal offense for male. It was not a criminal offense for female. Why? Because according to Section 497, only male was being punished, but not the female. So on this context, the 497 was being decriminalized. It is not always the woman is a victim. So here the victim is also participating in the adultery. So why you are not punishing the woman? Why the Section 497 is only for male? Got it?
Yes, sir.
Single member families we are seeing nowadays. What is this single nuclear families? We know. What is this single member family? Preeti.
I'm not sure. So there's only one person? Not sure.
Anyone?
Right.
Single parent family, is it?
Yes, single parent family, yes.
So single parent family is a family in which after divorce, children stay with a single parent, and
Yes.
that itself constitutes a family.
There is also single member family. A new concept which has been evolved.
Sir, is it somewhat related to sologamy and staying alone?
Yes, single member family is nothing but whereby they will be staying under a single roof is called as family, as we know that according to various definition when they have to stay together. But in spite of the jobs or etc., when the people are separated or people are not separated, people are staying away. When they establish their own roof, they establish their own shelter, but live alone. Another person will be leaving other place, other person will be leaving other place for longer duration. That type of families are called as single member families. But however, when they come together, again it will become a nuclear family system. So Section 377 was, as marriage is the topic which we are discussing today. Section 377 was decriminalized. We know that. Now, Supreme Court also gave a judgment on legalization of, means they didn't give. Supreme Court discussed about legalization of same-sex marriages. Supreme Court discussed. So what was the discussion all about? What is the status of same-sex legal marriages? Surya.
Sir, Supreme Court, there was a case before Supreme Court to give same-sex marriage legal status, sir. But the Supreme Court gave the judgment that it does not have the complete authority. It is the jurisdiction of the legislature to take a call on such matters, or else it will be.
I understood. Then what is your opinion?
Sir, blanketly legalizing same-sex marriage will lead to many issues with respect to other laws also, sir. So, if there is a comprehensive evaluation of all laws and made them gender neutral, case by case, and ensured that initially the basic facilities like there are problems such as a live-in partner is not able to give insurance nominee to the other partner. So if it should be a step-by-step process, and there should be an overall legal overhaul, sir. And then after that, marriages can be legalized, sir, or else it will lead to more confusion, sir.
Yes, anyone?
Yes, sir. Sir, I think same-sex marriage should be legalized as it promotes equality. And moreover, it also provides protection to the couples who are engaged in same-sex marriage. As having no legal system as of now, it does not provide any sort of protection for them if they face any sort of abuse in their relationship. And it is a basic right. And since other countries which have been so orthodox in the past are doing it, it is a progressive step which focuses more on human rights and liberty, and it should be done by India in a phase-wise manner as soon as possible.
Is it not violation of Indian culture?
So culture is a progressive thing. What may be or conservative a few years back would not be conservative as of now. So progress is the main, culture is not constant, and progress is the main cornerstone of culture. So I think culture has to be changed with the evolving societal perspective and promoting human rights and liberties.
Any other answer?
So I would say that rather than acknowledging it as an same-sex marriage, there should be some other kind of legal institutions, because marriage in India is a union of families as well. And same-sex couple relationship is more of like individual relationship. So rather than giving the sanctity of marriage to same-sex relationships, we should have some legal protection to ensure that whatever the difficulties are being faced for the same-sex couple, or like insurance and rent agreement and all the societal barriers, those could be removed, and they have the dignity of to live as a first-grade citizen like any others. But giving a equal status to marriage would have a negative connotations in the current scenario.
Your opinion, very good. What is kindred relationships?
Kindred relationships are a bilateral form of kinship where basically ego traces his kinship not to his bloodline but to both side of parents family and friends.
You used bilateral a couple of times. What is the difference between bilateral descent and bilineal descent?
Sir, bilineal descent is one in which it is a blood relationship where kinship is going through blood, and it could be either through father or through mother. Uh, However, in bilateral descent, it is not the kinship is not traced with blood, and it basically is more of a temporary relation.
Anyone, what is the difference between bilateral and bilineal descent? Generally, people will combine both of them, bilateral and bilineal. They will think both are the same.
So within bilineal, they trace descent from both the parents, but not for the same thing. And within bilateral, they trace descent from both the parents for the same thing also, for at the same time also. For example, in kindred is a form of bilateral descent where both, like a hub and spoke model comes up. Uh, Ego is being attached to his mother and his father and all the relatives going upwards. On the other hand, in bilinear descent, there are some specific criteria. For example, tribes of Africa, where they trace the material aspect from the father side, and
Then what
uh,
is double descent then?
it is a form of bilinear descent. I don't recall it exactly, but it was something like that.
What is double descent? Anyone?
So is it something in which for some resources or some property, uh, ancestry is traced from mother side
Uh,
and from
that is
other.
what. So please be clarity, Rohit. Double descent. कुछ traits exclusively father side से आएगा, कुछ traits exclusively mother side से आएगा. That is called as double descent. Bilateral, we will be tracing from both of them, which is culture determined. So both will be equal importance. Whom we can trace will be decided by the culture. But as rightly said by Rajat, it is bilineal exclusively blood, consanguineous. Blood will play the major role, not the culture. Blood means fixed.
Okay.
Culture materialism was heavily criticized because culture cannot be determined by material. Is it so? Then how come Marvin Harris strongly advocated for culture materialism? What is the perspective of Marvin Harris? Surya.
Uh, Sir, cultural materialism says that cultures, the aspects of culture can be divided into infrastructure, structure, and superstructure. And infrastructure is the first thing to change, and that those changes, infrastructure consists of economic aspects, technology, and demographic aspects. If the changes in these aspects will lead to changes in other aspects, like religion and others. So his focus was on cultural change, sir, than explaining what. So to trace cultural change and make a universal law, he attempted to connect both culture and uh, materialism, middle aspects, sir. And on a broad level, he was true if we say the material progress of man as a whole, sir. But if you see how it changed in terms of energy, that way, or even technological development as well, but it neglects many aspects of culture, such as which have mental perspectives and aesthetic perspectives, such as religion, uh, music, uh, language. Those aspects are neglected, sir. These aspects also can be affected directly, not just through aspects of infrastructure.
My, yes, anyone, please. What is the difference between urbanization? Yes, Rajat, you can continue, Rajit.
No, sir, I was going to ask you to clarify. Cultural materialism was heavily criticized because uh, Marxists criticized it because it was simple and straightforward, and they told that there is a one-way relationship.
Welcome.
And I think this was the main criticism. And apart from that, structuralists also criticized it because it focused solely on material culture and not the universal mind structures that we have. But I don't know if there was any other criticisms of cultural materialism.
It was
Sir,
also a completely ethic approach, and there was no emic view. That's also one.
Hmm.
sir, it also could not explain the occurrences of practices in the structure as well as the superstructure which do not promote the maximization of the infrastructure component. There are certain practices which are existing in the society that do not have any relation with the economic as well as the reproductive maximization. So that also could not be explained through that theory.
Very good. Yes. What is the difference, Rohit? Urbanism, urbanization. क्या difference है दोनों में?
No, sir, I don't know exactly.
Yes, anyone?
Sir, can I say, sir?
Yeah, please.
Sir, urbanization is a process of increase in population of an urban area, sir, which occurs through natural growth and immigration. Urbanism is like a cultural concept, sir. The urban areas have their own culture, which is determined by features such as anonymity, uh, lack of caste consciousness, and even parity, occupational based class based system. So those kind of features there are make it a new form of culture, sir. That is called urbanism.
So the process of becoming urban is called as urbanization. Following the traits of urban is called as urbanism. Is it so?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good. Yes. So there is a big criticism that the communism of Russia, if you are aware, please tell me, the communism of Russia resulted in downfall of family system in USSR. The communism of USSR is responsible factor for the downfall of family system in USSR. Is it so? Whether communism is against family system? If yes, why? If not, why? Anyone?
Sir, I may be wrong, but I think that communism promoted the concept in which the resources as well as the income was not the tension of the family, and in the family there are certain structures and roles, which status and role which are associated in a family, and there is certain roles that has to be fulfilled, and the economic contribution uh, role of the family members in a family was overtaken by communism. So members were not entirely dependent on family for livelihood and all. So that's why, sir, I may be wrong. I'm just speculating.
Yes, Rohit, please.
Sir, in communism, we have a system where all the resources are being held on the commune basis. For instance, even the children are not belonging to particular family; they belongs to community. And because of this, and moreover, private property is not considered a good thing. So because of this, the responsibility held by the parents could be diminished, and it could be one of the factor for reducing the importance of family, because family based primary functions are associated with child rearing, taking care of the economic responsibility. So if these things are not there, the family structure might crumble.
Very, very.
But I also think that Earlier, Russia was an Orthodox society where divorce and abortion all were illegalized. But with communism, everything became legal, and industrialization was triggered, which led to urbanization and which further broke down the rich family culture they had in the villages due to the migration to urban areas.
Correct. Points are correct. True. So there is something called as Kap Panchayats. Everyone know about it. So I tell that Kap Panchayats are the protectors of Indian culture. What you say, Surya?
Sir, maybe they have been created to as a social control mechanism, sir, and preservation of culture. But today they are more acting as a inhibitor for individualism, sir. They are not recognizing individual rights, and they're also leading to cases of where human dignity is clearly violated, such as honor killings. So, so in that way, they are not acting as the initial intended creations. Even though they claim as being protectors of culture, sir, but Indian culture was traditionally of harmony and fraternity, sir. That is being violated by them, sir.
Yes. Anyone?
So it could be said they are protector of culture, and it is a dysfunction of culture. For example, Merton gave the idea of dysfunction. Some culture have the positive function. Some institutions have a positive function. Some institutions have a negative function. So Khap Panchayat has a negative function. They are protecting the culture which has impact on human rights. Which abuses human rights. So in a way, they are protecting it, but it is a dysfunction of the culture.
True.
Sir,
According, yes, please.
Sir, Khap Panchayats were originally largely made of the dominant caste, and the culture that they were protecting was usually the caste structure of the village. However, after the independence and Article 14 and Article 17, the Khap Panchayats are uh, no longer the uh, no longer the protector of the new Indian culture that we want, that is based on equality and fraternity, and it's a relic of the older uh, exploitative Jajmani system that was present in the villages.
True. The recent report told that, according to National Crime Reports Bureau, 44% of the newly wedded couple are climbing the steps of court for the sake of divorce. If it continues, then Indian family system or the family system or the marriage system might collapse eventually. So what are the factors which are responsible for it? And is the report given correct? Is it the real report? Preeti.
So, the report might be correct because many studies have said that divorce rates are increasing. The factors include empowerment of women due to education, job opportunities in the cities. Now they're more aware of their rights, and it is not the case that they will endure the domestic violence or abuse within the marriage. So, divorce has become more accessible to women, and single parent households are increasing now because of the financial power of the women. They are able to take care of the children and themselves more due to their empowerment. And the courts also, the legal reforms also have helped that. Now women can go for alimony compensation from the husband. So all these factors are leading to an increase in divorce, but we cannot completely say that the marriage institution will fail because of this, because divorce basically is due to the failure of a particular marriage, due to incompatibility between the partners. So it is just coming out of a failed marriage. So it is not a failure of the institution of marriage itself, but it is a liberation for both the partners from a union which is not working anymore. That is my opinion.
Shambhavi, my question to you, it is a working woman, there should not be a concept of alimony for a working woman. What do you say?
Sir, as far as the working women are concerned, and the Supreme Court and High Court's various judgments have propounded that alimony is something which is given for the basic maintenance as well as the upkeep of the women after the divorce. But considering the financial situation of the women, it should be given up to a certain extent, and not to completely finance the lifestyle that he or she is currently going. So I think it should be decided on a case to case basis, depending upon the financial situation of the women and the responsibilities as well as the liabilities associated with her. If the child is accompanied and the custody is given to the women, then alimony should be given for the protection of the child as well as for his or her education in the future.
Yes. Surya, what is Triple Talaq Act?
Sir, the act criminalizes a custom of Islam, sir, at least in some sects of Islam, that divorce can be happen when a male or when the husband can say talak 3 times, and divorce is said to be happened, sir. So that was seen as a violative of dignity of women and their fundamental rights. So that was criminalized, sir.
What is the punishment? Average. How much you remember? What was the punishment?
Sir, I think up to 3 years, sir. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay. So my question is, so Triple Talaq Act is criminalizing and giving minimum punishment up to 2 years. So if a gentleman had told triple talaq and he got divorce and the woman had gave a complaint, so a criminal case has been filed and he went to the jail. So is it not the Triple Talaq Act is a revenge taking? It is not like bringing them together. It is not at all trying to bring them together. Whereas Hindu Marriage Act will give some time. When the male or a female asks for a divorce, the Hindu Marriage Act will tell that give a 6 months of time, then they will think together and they will come again. So giving time will help them to come together. But Triple Talaq Act is directly making criminal offense and is sent to the jail. So when he come out from the jail, he will be with a retributive justice. That I got a retributive justice. The revenge was been I was been sent to the jail, so I want to take the revenge on my wife. So he will come and he will become more aggressive. Is it not antithetical concept?
Yes, sir. It is the negative point of the law, sir, which has been criticized for it. There is always a possibility of retribution after jail, sir. That is true. And but if the law is implemented in such a way that first conciliation is attempted, and if there is no chance of it, and also in some cases after the divorce, the husband is engaged in some other relationships as well. So if it is a case by case basis, the law is implemented in such a way, then the law is uh, acts as a more what?
Okay. One
Yes, sir.
a continued question for it. So husband has been sent to the jail. See, we know that the Islamic woman or the wife of men of Islam, Muslim community is vulnerable. She is not that much strong. Average woman is not that much strong. Then what about her maintenance if the husband is being sent to the jail? Any clause for maintenance? Yes, Rohit.
Yes, sir, there is a clause for maintenance. I don't recall the exact section of the act, but there is a clause that she should be given maintenance.
So
But
listen.
the issue,
Yes, listen. Then she should be given maintenance. He is sent into the jail. He went to the jail. He is in the jail for 2 years. When he is in the jail, he cannot earn. Then who will maintain the wife for the 2 years?
uh, exact provision I am not aware of.
No, this is a fact only. This is the biggest criticism on triple talaq.
But sir, the thing is, the act could also act as a deterrence. Like, though we are talking about the consequences, what could happen, but it could act as a deterrence that the Muslim man would not declare triple talaq at the first place himself, because this is there is a law of the land, and he will deter from declaring it. He will opt the other procedure to get divorced.
Yes, Shambhavi.
Sir, as far as I think, for the first question that you asked about Hindu Marriage Act comparison, Talaki Biddat has been criminalized while Talaki Hassan is still there. In that, divorce is given for in a period of 3 months, and it also provides a certain period of reconciliation, like the Hindu Marriage Act. So that can create a policy of retribution and can reduce the revenge-taking attitude, which is one of the drawbacks of criminalizing triple talaq. And as far as the maintenance is concerned, there are always drawbacks associated with a certain act, but we have to look at a bigger picture, and this drawback can be overcome by continuous consultation with the community that is involved and with the proponents of human rights and liberties.
Any other answer? It's a part of culture, so we discussed about the same. Culture we understood. So just revision, quick revision. Culture, various types of cultures we have, characteristics of culture we have. So that you are reading now syllabus. Just go through it. Modern civilization, culture and civilization, difference between culture and civilization, parts of culture. There's so ethnocentrism, culturalism. 2.1. 2.2. Society, what is society? Social institution, social group, social stratification. Yes, society and culture, social group, social institution where the behavior is prescribed, social stratification. What is the difference between hierarchy and stratification?
Hierarchy is usually vertical, where one group is placed over other in the social structure, and stratification could be both horizontal and vertical. For example, within Brahmins, there are different type of Brahmins. Within Kshatriyas, there would be different castes. That way.
So the discrimination might present in both of them.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
okay. Sir, social hierarchy generally is more, it allows for more mobility, sir, between different sections of that system, sir, which are, but social stratification is said to be more rigid, sir. It is difficult to be mobile. Suppose class system is considered to be social hierarchy and caste system in its original form is said to be, caste system is said to be social stratification, sir.
Isn't it the reverse of it? I think.
हाँ,
Hierarchy.
साजिद क्या बोला था वो सही है. So it is C. Social hierarchy is vertical in nature, whereas social stratification is vertical as well as horizontal both. So wherever there is a case of vertical, there will be discrimination. So discrimination is present in both. Surya, please look into it today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, I had a doubt about that alimony thing. So is maintenance separate from alimony, or is it a part of alimony?
Yes,
Maintenance for child.
No, same.
Okay.
What is the difference between dowry and stridhan?
Dowry are gifts given by the bride side to the groom, and stridhan is the gifts given by the bride side to the bride.
More particular. Yes, correct. Only more particular.
So dowry is a vertical moment. For instance, dowry is given from the bride's father to the groom family and groom, and while Sridhan is particularly given to the woman, and more importantly, she is the sole owner of the
Very
Sridhan.
good. This is the important one. She is the owner. Stridhan. For example, if anything her father given to her after the marriage, she is the owner. She have all the rights. In dowry, she doesn't have the rights.
Right.
The dowry owner is husband. Stridhan owner is wife. Definition of family we know. What is domestic group? Preeti?
So domestic group is a group of members, members of a social group that are living under the same household. They might not be related, but they share common resources. They might share labor and the products of the labor, but they might not be related. For example, the servants living within the same household, other staff, and sometimes institution like a paying guest where unrelated people are staying within the same household.
Any questions for me?
Sir,
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you give, sir, you discuss many contemporary aspects now, sir. Can you give your take on it? So, like, how do we formulate our answers for those?
For example?
Sir, no, I think most of them, sir. I don't think we got a good answer in any of this, sir. That's what I felt.
For example, say same-sex marriages.
Yes, sir.
Same Supreme Court stand only we have to take. But however, as Sajid, I remember Sajid told that same-sex marriages might bring more legal issues, but because we need to change all the laws if the same-sex marriages need to be made. But the Western world had provided for legalization of same-sex marriages. So as we are interpreting Article 21 very widely, Hence, same-sex marriages can be accepted, but not immediately. There is a need for more deliberations, more consultations, more participations, then we can come. But however, we cannot deny the acceptance of same-sex marriages. It's a legislative thing. It means a law should be made. When the law is being made, it means it's because of consultations. It's because of the people's participation. More Section 497 regarding adultery. It's mainly because of for gender neutral. It is in order to make gender neutral. But however, adultery might not lead to the deterioration. You only told us, Surya. Very good answer. Might not lead to deterioration of family system when we give more rights, more freedom, more liberal, more stronger the relationship will become. More stronger the relationship become, the chance of the relationship breaking will be very less. It's all about giving more freedom, giving more rights, not by restricting. So the progressive judgment says that by giving more rights, more freedom, the relationships will become more stronger. So adultery is a positive concept, true.
Sir, Atul Subha's case also, sir, here, that case on men's rights.
Yes, case on men's right, Atul Subhas is a classic case. It's a very classic case. Anyone can suffer. So obviously the woman is victimization is there. Any law is subjected to violation. It can be SC/ST Prevention of Atrocity Act. It can be Section 498. So obviously by one single case we cannot dilute the complete law. So hence there should be one more amendment need to be made. For example, any violation of such acts are there, they should be punished. But that is absent in SC/ST Prevention of Atrocity Act as well as Section 498. If woman is misusing it, woman will not be punished. That need to be amended. That need to be added.
Sir, what about gender neutrality, sir, of making the law, that law gender neutral?
Obviously, it is a demand now. Section 498 can be gender neutral, but as Rohit or Rajit told, it's not the right time. Why? Because still no, Shambhavi told it's more about patriarchy is there, more deep-rooted male dominance is there. There is a need for social change. If the social changes happen in future, obviously it should be a gender neutral in future.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any other question? But when interviewer asks for your opinion, your judgment, if anyone asks me my judgment, Section 498 should be gender neutral. Immediately I will tell that yes. So your judgment should be there. But that for that there is a need for proper answers also. Reasoning. Any more questions, please? Rohit?
No, sir. Nothing right.
Thank you. Good day and good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
sir.